So guys, the point of this here is to identify what your team identity is in your own perspective. Okay. So we kind of uncovered that. If you guys didn't share, I want you to share your refined one later on. So let's refine it here. I want you guys to take some time to really think, how can I empower somebody that's starting on my team to feel like this is a good company to work for, right? How is Wolfpack gonna offer me what I want, right? How is PMG gonna give me more than just sharp individuals, entrepreneurs, right, that is achieving goals? Like, what is Hustler Supreme going to be doing differently than PMG? So I want you to really identify what your niche is and think about how you can attract more people on your team. And once you attract the people on your team, let's identify who they really are, right? What attributes they have, what values they bring, so that you know exactly what you want out of this business. Let's hear from the people who haven't spoke yet. So we have Angel, you're on this call. We have Kevin P. Let's hear it. What do you want from your business? Who are you attracting?
Yeah, so mine, for my business at least, it's super similar to Ryan's, just because that's how I was trained and that's kind of how I look at the opportunity as. So the way I want to instruct my team is really just around growth, not only in the business, but personal growth, because I noticed it's super crucial if you want to just grow as a person and learn how to overcome these obstacles that are putting us. So I want my team identity just stand for the opportunity for growth and the opportunity to be the cornerstone for your family.
Awesome. And you didn't state your team name, my man.
Diomo. So it's Diomo. What that stands for is did it on my own.
Did it on my own. Oh, right. I love it. Man, I just had an epiphany like not too long ago. I used to have this like self-made mentality where, man, I did everything on my own, right? But then I saw somewhere on like a fortune cookie or something that you can never do anything on your own. You can't. I mean, if you really think about it, like your mom had to give birth to you, right? In order for you to exist, your mom and dad had to like do the nasty, you know, create you. You needed to be in a hospital for somebody to cut your umbilical cord, you know, but nothing wrong with it, right? But it's a hungry mentality. But I had an epiphany the other day, like that. Yeah, self-made is like
yeah. Only you can make that choice, though. It's only you that can really put yourself on that path, right?
That's right. Well, thank you for sharing, Angel. So personal growth, overcoming any obstacle that comes your way, and being a cornerstone for those around you. Sweet. And I like how you conveyed it, right? This is something that we have to learn how to do. It's not, hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make some money out there in the field, right? I'm going to show you $1,000. I'm going to show you how to get promoted. But we have to integrate everything that we're talking about into our new guy. I want to see you grow personally, like your communication skills right now, right? When you just started, it's all right. But a year from now, man, you're going to be running calls. I'm sure you're going to be growing. You're going to be speaking to your friends and you wouldn't be, they'll just know you've grown, right? You're going to overcome any problem that you have financially, mentally, personally. Like this is something that we got to share with our new guys. Does that make sense, y'all? Okay. Cool. So who else did we didn't call on? Danny Cortez, my man, MMG. What do you stand for, brother?
I stand for resilience, determination, will. I think the name of my business is Marathon Marketing Groups, and basically the whole basis behind it was that, like in life, this business is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You are going to go through, peaks and valleys and whatnot. And you just got to keep moving forward. You got to keep pushing forward. You can't look back. For me, it all boils down to that. When I say that it's a marathon, I really mean it. It's a marathon out here. And people like to sprint to the front, be the first person to the front. But most of the time that does not equate to longevity. And I feel like for myself, I've realized that you know, regardless of what happens throughout the day, you have to keep that mentality that this is not a sprint. You got to pace yourself. You got to go out there every day and be consistent with it. And I feel like I totally embody that. Like my experience in the company, I didn't come into the company being the best salesman in the world. I didn't come into the company knowing how to speak to people. I didn't come into the company, knowing how to build teams, and this is all stuff that you pick up along the way, and that that if I would have gave up right away, I would have never got to this point. So that's why I always say that it's a marathon, regardless, man. Whether you come into this business with a lot of experience or you come with zero experience, it's all right. We can mold you into that person. But I always just go back to my saying, it's a marathon. You got to keep moving forward, whether it's a good or a bad day.
That's great. Got to give it up for DC right there. Awesome. The difference between everyone else and Danny's is that he actually has the identity for longevity for his team, that this is going to be a process, right? We're looking for the sharp hunters that are going to be the best salesmen, right? But we're not incorporating this longevity, this long-term process in our business identity. So we wonder why people are leaving, our team. Does that make sense, y'all? So I hope that we're all learning here. You guys can all incorporate different ideas just from listening to these speakers here. All right, and then last but not least, I believe Travis, DMS, brother. What do you stand for?
Thanks, Andy. Resilience on mine. I'm gonna be off camera for a second. I had it in my notes. So I'm gonna be sharp, positive, determined, ambitious. To be a diamond, of course, know the way, go the way, and show the way, to be able to help others reach their goal while hitting goals on their own at the same time, and to bring positivity to those around them.
I love it. Yeah, you truly embody the positivity, right? And you show the way. And that's what you've been doing. Again, I'm going to challenge you to make it more compelling for people to be on your team, not just a kumbaya, right? Like, hey, positivity. I'm going to show you positivity. What else? What else are you going to bring to your corporation, your business, for DMS? I really want you guys to take this seriously. This will take your business to another level. And I say this with so much conviction here, because without a vision, people perish. Your business perish. Without a vision, people perish all day, every day. And we see it. We got guys that come up with ideas all the time. They execute, but then the vision is just so small that it doesn't compel to him and others. All right, so you guys know where you stand in terms of your vision here, the business identity that you guys have for yourself. I would give a lot of kudos to Andre and Danny, not because they've been in the business for a long time, but the things that they said. Right, and that's why they're able to retain the type of people that they want in the business. Okay, and the unique thing about having an identity for your team, guys, is that there's always three sides to the coin, right? There's positive things that can happen. There's a negative side to it, and there's a neutral side to it. So for example, we want hunters, wolf packs. We want hunters out there. Sell or be sold type of mentality, right? Powerful, strong wolf pack. There's always a side effect to a hunter, right? They get burnt out very fast, right? They're always powerful. They don't show the vulnerability, right? So I would add more identity for it to be more balanced, okay? And I'm not knocking anybody here. I want you guys to, level up here, and that's why we're having this candid conversation. And I truly hope that you guys are taking this seriously, guys. All right. So, did anybody refine theirs? And does anybody want to re-identify what their identity is for their business? Anybody? Mr. Ryan, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So like the pillars the words that just kept popping into my mind. It's just growth, contribution, and change. Growth on an individual and life basis, not just business. Contribution, the way you're going to get back to the people you love, for your community around you, and change as far as like the person you're going to change into, as well as like communities and the lives that you want to change moving forward as well.
I love it. Growth, contribution, and change. One last time, guys. Figure out your team identity is going to attract the people that you want. It's going to dismiss the people that you don't want. Right? And it's so important that the words you use for your identity, because it's going to come to fruition. It is. Okay, you're going to attract the sharp individuals that are entrepreneurs if that's what you're looking for. It's the law of attraction, right? If you're looking for growth, contribution, and change, it's going to happen, right? One last thing is, don't narrow it too far of a niche so that you can have more candidates to choose from. Okay, like GRM, you want people to go out of state to do different campaigns, you know. Add some more things into it so you can find more candidates that can work maybe locally, that can master a campaign, that is happy to work with you, right? Because you're building them as a cornerstone, whatever, right? But don't narrow it too far so that you can attract more people on your team. Okay. Does anybody have any comments, anything to chime in on this topic here?
My team identity, the people I want to attract is people that embrace the challenge of the business. It's not easy. You going into a door, people complaining, a lot of people have been there already. But I want the people that like that challenge, people have been here, well, I want to be the one to close them, People that have high energy when they're around the customer. I want the customer to feel that they're on a mission to help them, not just going through the motions, if the customer feels that you really want to help them, they'll give you a little bit more time than the other person. I want them to, be focused on trying to be at the top, not just close a deal and then go home, or they haven't got a deal at 6:30 and they just go ahead and quit. They don't quit until it's completely over. And I want people to focus on actually connecting with the customer, because if they really focus on the customer, remembering them and remembering how they help them, they will remember that. So when they're struggling, they'll stick around. And that's the type of people that I want.
Woo! Give it up for Joseph right there. That was a lot more clear than the last one, right? Clarity is power, guys. Clarity is power. So if you can truly identify what Joseph just did there, do the same thing for your identity, okay? And last advice here that I have for you is take out the doubt words, right? So if you're writing this down, take out the doubt words. Don't use trying, right? Guessing. Yes, they're going to be at the top. They're gonna work like they're at the top, okay? And I recommend you guys keep rehearsing what you're going to be saying, what you're looking for, because again, the law of attraction works, and you need to know how to identify the people that you want. You need to articulate it, all right, when you have these new people. So thank you guys. I appreciate your time. I'll see you guys in the main stage. Thank you.